Chris Watkin, back again with Matt Giggs. Matt, something that you're very passionate about is mental health and wellbeing in a estate agency. Why is that so important to you? Talk to me.
Do you know, when you say talk to me, I always get your music now going through my head. So you've just put me off. No, but look, why is it important? Because we suffer. We all suffer. There's a mental health. If I had a mental health barometer, let's just do 1 out of 10. Some days I do feel like a 9 or a 10, and some days you can feel like a 1 or a 2.
I mean, we are in an emotional business, aren't we?
We're in a massively emotional business. We're in a judgmental society. We're in a divisive society. And if we're not careful, you can end up losing your way. And I think one of the things about well-being is, it's your habits and your routines that dictate your well-being. It's your environment that dictates your well-being. It's what you put in and out. It's your experience of going to see someone. I've had therapy. I'm quite open with it. I've told enough people about it. I've had psychotherapy. I've had all sorts of things because I realised how important my mind is to my career, my life, my being a dad, my being a husband. I've made some fundamental mistakes over the years. I've been riddled with guilt on different occasions, but because I've got a supportive wife and I can tell her everything, and I've got a supportive network of people now, and that I've actually got the ability to be able to understand that, do you know what, at the beginning of lockdown, this is going to be a challenge. What do I need to do? Oh, I had some challenges that I needed to talk about, so I went and got therapy for 9 months. Why? Because I know how important talking is. And to talk to somebody without judgment is really important. I remember talking to Sam Hunter, it was like April, May time. I was like, dude, this is what I'm doing, because I need to really unlock stuff that's parked up inside of me. If I don't do this now, if this is going to be as challenging as we hope, I'll crumble, And the thing I would say, that's with me even looking after myself physically and even having a good routine. The best routine and the best thing you can do to help yourself is to have someone that you can talk to, just one person. And there's so many things you don't know because you haven't explored the avenue of just being vulnerable. And being vulnerable has probably opened my eyes in the last 2-3 years to say the things that I've had to say to people, to be as honest as I've had to be. It's almost lifted this pressure. But it's to do it, you have to kind of go through this real pain barrier. And I'm so aware of myself now because of the things that I do to help myself. So even if it's just going for a walk, which is one of the things that I love to do more now than I did 2 years ago, even if it's just to go and talk to one person, even if it is just to surround yourself with people that are slightly more on your vibe. And by the way, that's not being judgmental about different people that I've been around over the years, but you can see how certain people connect better, and you can see and feel who you connect better with. You go to a conference, Chris, I bet there's certain people that you really connect with and you just get on, you can't wait to see. And there's other people that you probably like to avoid. That's just life. You can't be all things to all people, but you've got to be all things to yourself. Because the only person that you really need to talk to in a positive way and show some love to is you. So how much time do you prioritise on yourself? How much do you give to yourself? Or are you giving to everybody else and saving whatever's left till last? So what is your routine? What is your routine? What are your habits that are going to help you? Now, walking helps me, talking helps me, and there's various other things that help me. But I know they've got to be a part of my well-being model. So I just wanted to add something to that because I've been at rock bottom on a number of times over the years, certainly in the last 26, 27 years, since I lost my brother to meningitis very suddenly to where I am now. And I know that this is such an important part of growing yourself and then growing any business. If you can't be truly vulnerable with yourself and with others, then you are going to be probably faking it a little bit and probably trying to be someone that you're not.
Thank you for your honesty, Matt. I've certainly noticed a change in you in the last few years for the better.
Thank you, mate.
you were almost a little bit spiky, weren't you? A bit of like Jack in the
Yeah,
Box.
it was weird, and like I had a load of people work for me, and you know, that probably would have said the same. And you know, I felt, I think the first 2 or 3 years in going into my business, the purpose of setting it up and wanting to be really successful and just doing it the right way, which I truly believed in, which was to help other people in the community, it was perfect and it was aligned. But when you become successful, there's a danger of believing the success, and there's a danger of you stepping outside of who you really are. And I definitely spent a few years doing that, and I think some of that was probably born out of chasing things that weren't actually that important to me. Now I'm not looking to grow at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I don't need to take any partners on. In fact, I've got a partnership starting shortly, but I've worked with him for 2.5 years as one of my mentor clients. I mean, that's a good interview process.
Oh.
And that's also a good testament as well. But fundamentally, there's no big goals, there's no big growth plans. What I know is more important to me is my goal and sticking to that and making sure I follow that track.
Interesting track, enjoying the journey, not
Totally,
necessarily.
yeah. I mean, I've played golf more. I've done loads of lunches, days out. I mean, I was in. It's funny actually. I've been off the. I didn't really go to a lot of things in the first few years of my business, and then I went to quite a few conferences when I started to go through this change of wanting to be out there in probably a little bit more in the industry as such. But I think I'm coming back into that now, but with a complete sense of who I am. And that feels really nice.
Well, it's good to have you back, Matt.
Thank you, mate.
And Matt 2.0.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time, and thank you for all the videos you've done today.
Cheers, buddy.